What's going on, guys? Paul here. Welcome back to another Cardano live stream. Really sorry for the delay. As soon as I went to go live, OBS crashed, wouldn't let me live stream, so had to swap out the camera and everything. So I do hope this is coming through okay. Let me know if you can see, hear me, see my screen and everything like that. I think from my end you should be able to see everything. So let me know once I see confirmation in the comments. We will go ahead. So I will just give it a second to make sure all of this goes through. Yeah, I can see Brock in the comments. You can hear me. Let me know if you can. So yesterday was a bit of a crazy day in the markets. Great, all working now. So again, apologies for the delay, last minute technical issues. So yesterday, absolutely crazy day in the market. So what I'm going to do in this video is I will take a quick look at the markets. We won't stay too long on them. I'll give you my current thoughts on it. Today, nice day in the market. Still not fully out of the woods yet, but it's not too bad right now. It's a better day than yesterday anyway. We'll look at that. Cardano, Building on Cardano version 2 just went live today, so I will give you guys a look at that, and we'll also do the giveaway where there is 3 NFTs to give away. That was for retweeting over on Twitter and also for leaving a comment on the video the other day. So I'll do all of that as well as looking at some of the articles that are going around right now. So let's see what the... Yep, Brock says this is where you click the like button. So likes are extremely appreciated here. This is actually the 100th video of Cardano with Paul. Crazy to think that I have now put out 100 videos here. When I initially started this, it was to do some tutorials around staking on Cardano to help people stake because I was starting my stake pool and to put out a bit of general information. I didn't think that it would go this well, that I would get people watching so much, and I really do appreciate that. There's some people that are still here that have been here since the first few days and the first few videos. So everyone that's here, I really do appreciate it. Appreciate all the feedback over time. The feedback I've got from the community has hopefully enabled me to improve the content that is coming out and the value that you guys can get from this as well. So if you think others can benefit from any of the content, please always leave a like, leave a comment, share it out there, and give me feedback on it as well, because I'm always open to changing anything I can do here to help bring better information to the community or give better value on this type of stuff. So what do we have in the comments? We have 120 people on right now, 54 likes, not too bad. We are climbing up there. Let's look at the charts. I'll run through this, then we'll do a bit of an AMA at the end. So yesterday, I did put out a video yesterday saying that I wasn't buying or selling at the current rates. Now, that was when we were down here. We were probably in around $31,500 yesterday when I put out that video. For anyone who didn't see it, the summary of it basically was that at them types of levels, you really don't know where it's going to break. Now, if I was someone who didn't have any ADA, any Bitcoin, any crypto, then any of these levels right here are something that I think will be good prices long term. There was some really great bargains yesterday. Is they at the end of the bargains? Potentially we do go for another dip. It's hard to tell right now. For me, trading in this, trying to trade short term right now is just crazy. We see liquidations on both sides. You see longs being liquidated all over the place over the last few days, and then shorts getting liquidated as we started to bounce up. One thing on the shorts though to see, I have been sharing this across social media, is this is the number of shorts that are open on Bitfinex. So you could see that over the last, I suppose, 2 weeks or so, the shorts were getting higher and higher. So this is the number of shorts that were open on Bitcoin. So this is basically people betting on the price going down. So as we had the fall over the last week, you can see the shorts have now started to close, which is a good thing. This is a daily chart here. You can see even today there are more shorts closing out right now as well, which is all good because this takes pressure off the Bitcoin price. And I'm talking Bitcoin here because right now Bitcoin is still very much in control. We will look at ADA in a minute as well. But looking at the BTC price, you can see this is the band I've been talking about between $31,000 and $41,000. When we did get the break yesterday's video, I talked about that if we did breach that we would see the high 20s, even I said even 28, 27. We didn't quite go down as far as 27. We went just a bit below 29,000 before getting the bounce. It wasn't just as quick as we've seen before, so there is a bit less buying pressure on the underside than we've seen on some of the previous dips as well. But it's good to see the reaction today, pushing the market back up. The next point, I suppose, of resistance, let's go in a bit closer on a 4 hour. The next point of resistance that we're going to see, it was good to see that we broke these areas here in around 33.5, because that is where we got the resistance here. When we got the relief yesterday, we got resistance there as well. And the same at this point here, we got rejected. And this is the candle here that I really like to see. A big strong break up through what is resistance. What you're looking at here is the next resistance points are probably in around 36 to 36.5. If we can break them levels, then a challenge for 41 should be on the cards looking technically. But as I talked about in yesterday's video as well, there's so much going on outside of the charts right now that charts do play a role. There's lots of the Wyckoff method is out there. Lots of people talking about how close the Bitcoin price is to that right now. Basically, for anyone who hasn't heard of that, maybe I'll do a video on it at some stage. But it's basically how the institutions shake retail investors out of certain markets by just playing on emotions, pulling the price down further and further before eventually pushing it back to the upside. And in general, that's what I think we're going to see. Maybe we're going to hit lower levels than this, but to me, it's inevitable that we will climb back up in the charts. And what time period is going to go on that? Unfortunately, I don't have that answer. Nobody out there has that. No matter what the YouTube clickbait thumbnails say that on this date we're going here or going there or this level, nobody really knows. For me, long term, I still fully believe that we will set new all-time highs for Bitcoin and for Cardano. I do think that we will set new all-time highs for the ADA price before BTC sets a new all-time high. As you can see, yesterday really followed Bitcoin, pulling all the way down. 102 once again has been a major support level for ADA. I would say that right now Bitcoin is the reason we pull down here, but 102 seems to be very strong for ADA. We did go down to just below the dollar, but again, buying pressure is here and pushing us back up. So anything in these regions here, I think, is extremely good prices for ADA long term. Non-financial advice and all that, have to get that type of stuff out. For me, looking on the upside here, if we can start to get the push on ADA, this is the level, this is the downtrend that I would say we need to try and... Actually, that's off. If I reset this chart... Actually, it doesn't matter about that. I'll redraw that later in the next video. But pushing on up here, and you can see up here at 146, we should get some resistance at this point. But to me, long term, we should set new all-time highs. With everything that's coming over the next few months, smart contracts, the different projects that we're starting to see being built on Cardano, the different partnerships that are coming, this will all help this market. And the one that we want to see start moving again is this chart here. This is the ADA BTC chart. Not everyone likes it, but it's one that I consistently watch because this is the price of ADA against Bitcoin. Right now, Bitcoin is determining where the USD value of most coins is going to go. So what we want to see is, like we've seen, you can ignore these blue lines. These were all levels we were watching when we were back down here. What you want to see is over time, this chart is constantly on the move up. Back here, this was in March. This was at the Mary hard fork. This is the run that we had for ADA. Then we had the pullback trending sideways before another major run to the upside here. I think these types of runs here, as we come up to launches, these are the types of things that we are going to see as we approach Alonzo. We are getting closer to it all the time. We see more and more people being brought into the testnet. We see smart contracts have now been run on the testnet. And as more projects get access to that, we will get a better insight into what types of contracts are running, get feedback from developers over the next few weeks and over the next month, I suppose. I want to get some of the projects in that are actually using the testnet, that are building on the testnet, to find out exactly what they are doing. So that's it on the charts. There's no point in staying too long on them. In general, things look good today. Dips mightn't be over just yet. Personally, I wouldn't sell to try and buy back lower. It's just not worth the stress for me. I'm here for the long term. If things dip, if we dip really far down, for me, I am not far off all in on crypto now. So for me, when we get these dips, what I do is look to pick up the likes of ADA, which I think has a very strong future. I will sell off some Bitcoin to buy that if we get down into the low 3,000 sats levels. So moving on then to Building on Cardano. So this is version 2, which went live today. Wasn't meant to go live this early, but Paddy from the Shamrock Stake Pool, really great guy. He put a lot of work into this, put a lot of hours in over the last few days to get version 2 out, because when we started looking at it, some of the features in it make things so much simpler than version 1 was. So anyone who hasn't heard of this, then this is the site that we've put together to help projects that are building on Cardano get a platform to be showcased, as well as giving all the details on the project. So when you come on here, you can filter by all of the different tags, categories. If anything is missing on this, we are open to adding anything into this. Lots of new features planned on our side, but if there's stuff that you guys think will help this as well, then make sure you let us know as well. So when you come on first, you get the list of all the latest projects down here, the type of project that it is, and then what stage the project is at, whether they're pre-sale, whether they are out live on exchange. Maybe there's other tags that need to be added in here as well. Over on the right hand side, you see any sales that are ongoing right now. So projects that are building on top of Cardano, any sales that they have going on, from NFT sales to pre-sales, private sales, anything like that on any project, you get the details here once the projects fill it in. So what we're doing is we've built the platform for projects to be able to be showcased out there. So we need them now to come in, they can register for free and add their project on the site, and then they will be a part of this. So again, nice graphical display here of how many projects fall under each tag to give you a nice visual display of what is there. If you look at the live sales, then what you say is you can go into see all. I really like this side of it, because once we see more and more projects launching on top of Cardano, especially after smart contracts, I will be looking to invest early into lots of these different projects that are building. So that is when I think this view here is really going to be powerful. When you come in here, you see all of the projects that currently have sales ongoing, and you can filter on any of these. So like you can sort here. If you want to look at the type, you can click the little dots here and click on filter. So if I only want ones that are an ICO, then I can look at them. Gives me the projects that have the ICO. Then if I click into, see here, VY Finance, and I get all of the details here. So again, if this is the first time you're seeing, this is what the platform can showcase. You get all of the basic information about the project, development stage, when they're released, description. So again, these guys have really utilized what is there. They've put in the maximum amount of information, which is great to see. Video about the project, bit about the team, and then the individual team members as well. So you guys can do your due diligence on the teams behind the projects that are there. Then you have the token sales. So we've set it up that teams have the ability to put in all of their older sales as well, because sometimes that is a big factor when you're deciding on whether you invest in a project, is can you look back and see what have they sold at before. So this one here is an upcoming ICO. It gives you the dates and everything, and you can get more information. But if a project has already had a private sale, then it's always interesting to know what was the sale price in that. How much were the tokens sold for? Is there a vesting period for the early investors? And see what the difference is between private sale and then the IDO, whatever it is, to see when is actually going to be a time that the private sale may start to sell off their tokens, see when they can release them as well. Depends on the vesting period that each project has. So over here on the right hand side, then you have the project's Twitter feed integrated. You can share it out. And then you have all the tokenomics at this point here, as well as every project link. So for me, when I'm looking up a project, this is what I want to see. All of the details about that project in one place. So it's the same as the all sales page. You have the all projects page here. So you can see all of the different projects here. Once again, you can reorder the fields. You can filter on the type of project that you want. So if you want a tooling, put that in. Then these are the projects that are listed under tooling. You can go in and check them out. Cardano Pool Peak, this is Paddy's own tool. So again, this is a really great resource. If you're looking for stake pools, then you can go in and use that to search through to see what pool might fit your own requirements. And then you have the search up on top. So that's basically it with building on Cardano. I hope that you guys find this useful. Again, we're open to all feedback that's out there. If you know of projects that are building out there, encourage them to get listed on this, because we want to push this as a one-stop shop to find everything that is building on Cardano. So it's there for everyone to see. It's public, anyone can do their research, and it should work both ways. It helps the community and it also helps the projects showcase what they are doing on top of Cardano. So I see comments saying so many projects are missing. Yet there are a lot of projects missing. So we've left it that rather than us going out there and finding information on the projects and putting them all in manually and maybe getting some of the information wrong, we've set it up that every single project can register on the site. When they do, they can then create their profile. And with all of that data, we're able to create these different views of all projects, all sales. So what we're doing is asking all projects to check it out, add your profile, add your project, and help us help you, essentially. So the other thing then was over on Twitter, I was running the giveaway for the NFTs. So let's take a look at that. Should have had this ready, but when the stream wouldn't launch for me, it kind of slowed me down a bit. So this was the giveaway here. There was 3 projects that listed themselves early on the Building on Cardano website, and they offered an NFT as a giveaway. All 3 projects actually have their sales running at the minute. So if you like what you see here, then you can go over to their websites. Again, all of the information is on Building on Cardano. Check them out and you can get involved if you want. So Ada Monsters gave us this monster here, which I'm going to do pick the random generator now in a minute. Cardano City gave us a random one and they have just sent it over before the stream, so I'll show you what one we got there. And then Crypto Specimens, we have this one here as well. If I show you the wallet, so far we have the Ada Monsters here, you can see in the wallet. So when we have the winner, I can do the giveaway. And for Cardano City, we have, I'm going to butcher this now if I try and say it, Parintins, no, won't even try and say that again. But this is the NFT we have from Cardano City. So Crypto Specimens then, again, here is a better image of the one that they will be sending over as well for the giveaway. So looking here, let's go and pick where is my... So we're going to give away 2 to people who retweeted over on Twitter. And then for the YouTube one, I will get the random comment picker as well. So there has been, this is just a random retweet picker over on Google. So it picks one random person from people who have retweeted. You can see this is the one here. There was 203 retweets on it. So if I click in now, live. So this is the winner of... Let's do this for the Cardano City is the first winner. So it is Ladipak Nivlim. Let's see the profile. So this is the profile. I will tag you later on as one of the winners. If you reach out to me, send me a direct message over on Twitter and I will send over the winning NFT to you. Congratulations. And if I go back then, and we will pick the second one then. So if I click into it again, this is the winner of the second one. So the second one is going to be the Crypto Specimens. And then Minkster, I'm going to leave this open in another tab. So this is the random winner. And you can see actually their latest tweet was the giveaway. So what I need to do now is find a random comment picker for YouTube. Random comment YouTube. I was meant to have this done before, but the panic of YouTube not letting me go live stopped that from happening. So I'm just going to pull up the video as well. Just have to get the URL for the video. So I can see there's 201 comments on this video. If I put in the URL, so we will filter duplicate users, include filter comments based. No, so we will get all of the YouTube comments here, and then this one is going to be for the ADA Monsters. So get the YouTube comments. We have 177 unique, and the winner of the ADA Monsters NFT is Bernard Saku. Thanks for your educational contents like always. So congratulations, that is the NFT for the ADA Monsters is going to you. So reach out to me on Telegram or send me an email to paul@cardanowithpaul.com and I will get that sent over to you as well. So one other thing outside of all of this that has been popular over the last few days is, and I suppose it's a warning to people to, if you are comfortable with holding your own keys, then that is something you should always do. So Blockfire faces lawsuit over deleted keys to 72 million worth of Ethereum. So what's going on here with currently staking on Ethereum? Now I see people saying, oh, it's Ethereum's fault, or it's this person's fault, or that person's fault. It's not Ethereum's fault that these keys are lost. With Ethereum, staking is far more complex than it is right now for Cardano. With Cardano, it is extremely simple to stake. I've lots of videos on the channel if anyone is new, and I run stake pools if you are looking for one to stake to. But with Ethereum, it's a bit more complex. You have to set up the servers yourself. It will get easier over time once they have all of their changes done. But right now, if you're doing this yourself, then it is complex. So all of these users trusted their keys, trusted their Ethereum to a third-party provider who, between two different providers, we see here crypto staking platform Stakehound claims that negligence by a Fireblocks employee resulted in tens of millions of dollars worth of crypto assets being lost without a backup available. So between these two companies, so Stakehound were using Blockfire to help them create some of the keys that were responsible for these wallets, and I don't know who's responsible. Both companies seem to be blaming each other. When you look over on the Blockfire, they have a blog post here. They're basically, this is the Stakehound one. They're saying that it's Blockfire's fault. And then when you look over on Blockfire's site, they're talking about how it is Stakehound's fault. They're both blaming each other, but it looks like it's going to court. Unfortunately, the loser in a lot of this is the end user who trusted their Ethereum to these companies. So if at all possible, holding your own keys is always the best thing to do. I know right now I hear this conversation a lot that probably 5, 6 out of 10 people are not interested in decentralization. They just want someone else to hold the keys, and that is fine. But if you are going to trust someone else to hold your keys, make sure that you fully trust them. And this type of thing is always possible. Look, we have the big exchanges out there that I do trust, but I generally only hold coins on it that I'm actively trading. Anything I'm holding for the long term, I personally hold in hardware wallets that are locked away. So again, it's a good thing on days that the market is dumping, because I don't have quick access to the majority of my crypto. I can't get it to sell it or anything like that. So I would encourage you to look into the security of your own crypto, what you're going to do with it, how you're going to store it, because when you see stories like this, it really is scary to think how much could have disappeared. If you look at the amount, that's 38,000 Ethereum gone, cannot be accessed now. They're talking about that they're trying all different ways, but more than likely that's gone forever, because the same as any wallet, the same as Cardano. Okay, so if you lose your seed phrase, then if you lose your seed phrase and something happens to your wallet, then you will not be able to restore it at a later date. So always keep your seed phrase safe. Again, don't keep digital copies. Try and keep paper copies, or there are good systems out there, steel wallets, where you can imprint the seed phrase onto them so they're fire resistant and everything like that as well. So I think that is kind of it. Again, I covered the mining ban yesterday with Bitcoin and what's going on there with people leaving China. Currently, Bitcoin, to summarize that section, at the minute, China is banning Bitcoin mining. And to me, it is all part of, they don't like that Bitcoin could potentially become a reserve currency at a later date. They are looking to have their own digital currency out there. So Bitcoin is a huge competitor to that. So again, they want to be in full control. So they're going to do everything they can to push Bitcoin out of there. And long term, I think this is a really good thing for the US, because at one point it looked like China would really, I suppose, become the dominant player. They were letting adoption happen. But if the US can jump on this now, if they open up to Bitcoin, we see lots of Bitcoin miners being flown over to the US now. They have a chance to take advantage of this. So it is going to be interesting to see how this happens. Just because China bans it, bigger picture doesn't mean a lot. China bans Bitcoin every so often, and they will unban it, and that's just how it will continue to go on over time. So let's take a quick look at the comments. Let's see if there are any questions that I've missed or what is going on over there. So I see a comment about World Mobile. I am actually sitting down with some people from World Mobile today at 5 o'clock. So in half an hour, 35 minutes, I'm sitting down to get some details on their upcoming sale, talk about what they are doing on the ground right now, and get the latest on the project. So if there is anything you would like asked, then let me know down below as well, and I will ask them in that call. As well, I'm also talking to Ocamfi tomorrow. So if you have questions for them, let me know. I'm going to be talking with Charlie 3 as well tomorrow. So right now I'm reaching out to a lot of different projects to talk to them, to see what they're actually building, to see what is going to be useful for the long term. So any of them projects that you guys have questions on, let me know. So it looks like the comments are fairly quiet today. Maybe not the best time to do the live stream, but scrolling back up to see what I missed. Token estimates for the ADA price, 2025 is just too far out to try and put a price on right now. You have to take into account, we have no idea what the landscape for cryptocurrency is going to look like by then. I would say that the market is going to be so much bigger, so many multiples of what it is right now, and especially the smart contract market is only going to grow from here. And that is why I am heavily behind projects like Cardano and other smart contract platforms as well, because there's going to be lots of different niches out there. But when you look at what ADA, Cardano are doing to get real world adoption, that is what I think is going to give long-term success. So I am going to wrap it up there. Thank you very much to everyone that tuned in. I really do appreciate it. I will put a link to Building on Cardano down below. If you guys are interested, check it out. If you know projects that aren't there, make sure you let them know, get them, request them to add themselves, because it will be a help to them as well. Thanks very much, guys. I really do appreciate everyone that has tuned in. 100 videos down, 100 videos to go, and we will see where the market is after another 100 videos. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it, and I will talk to you all soon.